What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the RTG career mode. It's episode number 55 and it's the season finale today as we play our final 7 games of the Premier League, where it's all going wrong for Plymouth. We were fantasising about a quadruple, then that went, then the unbeaten season, that went, and now the treble dreams ended by Nice in our last game, in the last episode, dumped out of Europe in the quarterfinals. Well, today we'll play our final 7 league games, 5 clear of Man City and have the game in hand, but in this run of form, no wins in 5. We are very close to absolutely bottling it. Our first of the final 7, West Ham away. Come on, the Pilgrims. However, as I have said before, I much prefer setting the pace than doing the chase. So with that being the case, I still believe this is ours to throw away. I mean, by definition, it is. And oh, what it turns, I can come denied. Agrizabala, the rebound also denied. 2 excellent stops by Julen, who's just absolutely bailed me out, not once but twice in succession. Goodness gracious, we are bottling this. I would have topped that as a ball for Fana out, but Hincapié's quarterback in, but he's been beaten anyway, and there it is, it was coming. West Ham lead with 30 to go. This might be the worst bottle of all time. I have had some absolutely terrible chokes over the years. This, I think, would be the worst of them all. Pack it up, boys. Empty the bench. It's another game without a win. We've got Fulham in the week as well. None in 6. This is pathetic. I think I'm going to blow it. I actually think I'm going to blow this championship from a 12-point position, where at the time we were also undefeated. Harvey Vale instantly gets us back in it. 25 to go. Can the backup boys pull this out? Nope, got to go back, but still ended up with the loss. No wins in our last 6 in all competitions. 2 wins in our last 9 or 10 in the Premier League. You might well be witnessing the start of the worst bottle of all time. I think the gap is cut to 2. 3 goals in 6 minutes as well, wow. And, oh, thank you, Marco Silva. Thank you, Marco Silva. But it's cut to 4. I mean, they're still chipping away at the deficit, but it could have been even worse. Thank goodness for that. So we're 4 clear. The gap's cut by a point. We still have that game in hand. So we could win 5 of 6 games and still be champions with a loss. But on this run of form, we're lucky to win 1 of our last 6. But let's get a win here after none in our last 6 in all competitions. Following game, this is the game in hand on Wednesday night. Diving straight into it at home park. Marco Silva's Fulham. And hopefully back to winning ways here and extending the gap to 7 points. Come on, the poor run-ins here. Come on, the Pilgrims. We were set for a tough spell like this. You know, it's going to happen at some point. I never really believed we were going to go unbeaten. Even when we were, you know, closing in on it, I still thought, well, at some point it's going to drop. It has to. But this that's followed has been an absolute nightmare. And sometimes that's the thing about, like, young teams like ours, you know. We're not that young anymore, but even so, still a youngish team. It's all good when you're winning. You know, you can sing when you're winning. But when things go wrong, who's going to step up out there? Be the leader. Take the situation by the scruff of his neck and say, right, guys, time to sort this out. I listened to Scott Minto talking about that exact same situation with what's been going on at Chelsea recently during their loss on Friday night, or last Friday night, I should say, against Brighton. And he said the same thing. You know, it's a young team. When Chelsea were clicking, youngsters feel invincible, don't they, when things are going well? But when things are going bad, who's going to step up out there? Because someone needs to. Who's going to do it for us? Yeah, massive game for Chelsea this weekend. And to be fair, a big one for Villa as well, with their struggles this year at Villa Park. Obviously, big point for Ipswich last weekend there. Almost obviously got the win. But, yeah, big game for Chelsea. Be interesting to see how they get on. As Mumba plays a brilliant ball, but it's cut out just in the nick of time by a former Chelsea defender, Badiashile, and now Wood wins it back. And he, to be fair, is someone I do fancy to step up and be a leader in times of crisis, as do I fancy this man, who is denied in a near post and in a bit of a scramble as Fulham get it away. Still 0-0, but it's been an excellent start. And the opening goal is coming. Just keep the foot on the gas pedal. Iwobi to Luke Harris, Bonnie with the offload, Sanderberg looking to get through. Taylor does. Brilliant ball through. 1-on-1. 1-0. And despite a brighter start, Plymouth lead. Just can't get it sorted. These are, without a shadow of a doubt, the most frustrating times for me. Not just in a career mode season, but in life as well. When you're doing all the right things. You're doing really well. You're doing things to the best of your ability, yet you're still coming up short. Because it's like, oh, what am I doing wrong? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand it. Like, I'm doing the best I can, but I'm just not getting what I feel I deserve. When that happens, we've said it, you've just got to keep going. You've just got to keep pushing. And you've just got to keep believing. You'll push through. All the way, you won't know. Kante. But don't celebrate, bro. Don't celebrate. 24 to go. We don't need a draw. We need a win. Incomplete to Iwono. He's getting the most joy in this game. So why not keep looking for him? Why not indeed? And when he's got this man in the middle! If it works once, it can work again. Iwono centres it. Kante finishes it. Plymouth come from behind to lead. When I said at the start of the game who would stand up out there and grab the situation by the scruff of its neck and get us through the tough patch, was there ever in any doubt that it was this man? It was Iwono with a brilliant assists, but the man who finished them, King Kante. Finally, Plymouth's winless run is over, and it means that with 5 games to go and the gap now extended to 7, it is within our destiny to win the title, and a win here at the Etihad will put us 10 clear with 4 to go and on the brink of the championship. The big win ended the winless run, but now can you follow on in the biggest game of the season? Man City away at the Etihad, they win this, and that win against Fulham is forgotten about, and the gap cut to 4, but we win it, and surely it is Premier League title number 1 for Plymouth Argyle incoming. Biggest game of the season? Possibly the biggest game of the save. Man City away at the Etihad, as we go for back-to-back wins and a 10-point lead. Come on, the Pilgrims. Yes, when you finally ended a winless run and notched one up, the question is, what's it going to be? A flash in the pan? Or the spark that ignites the fire? What will it be? What will we see from this Plymouth Argyle team? We had a fritter of a 1-1 draw in the reverse fixture where we got bailed out in the final minute. Can we, this time, get a win? Well, if we're going to do it, we need to come from behind. Doku with the opener, Man City in front, and they have to win this. Fernandez wins it back. Kante slides him through. Whoop! Oh, finish! Finish! Wonderful finish. Plymouth with the leveller. 3 to go before the break. Taylor and Haaland battling together. Now McCann and Haaland. And what's happened is Taylor's gone down and stayed down. And that's the last thing we need. Already missing Bar and Hackney. Now possibly Harwood Bellis done for the final run in 2. Play continues down temporarily to 10. I could do it a half-time whistle, really. As Taylor's getting back into picture. Ball comes into the middle. Jeremy Doku rolls it across. Man City back in front. Got back, but not in time. Lead restored. Well, we still have destiny in our own hands with 4 games to play and a 4-point lead. We can still lose another game in the final 4 and be champions and win the rest. That's just how healthy our lead is, but doesn't mean I want that to be the case. I want to go 10 clear, let alone staying 7. But at the moment, the latter is on. Kante with the leveller, 2-2. Yeah, this is a potentially season-defining half an hour. Man City find a winner, and you just never know. Oh, what a save, Adrian Zabala. Plymouth find a winner, and you know it's over. Finishes a draw, and things stay the same. What a save by Julian. And Kante! And the double! Turns the game around once again. There's still 27 to play, but Plymouth in front for the first time. I'll be honest, that ball was not meant for Kante. That was meant for Whittaker, but it dropped for Ibrahim, ran onto it, and turns in from a tight angle on the weaker right foot. No one else I'd want striking that ball than him. Plymouth in front for the first time. You might have been able to tell that was not designed for Kante, that ball. I did not intend that. I'm always willing to accept when I've, well enough, Aiki. Ballsed up, messed up, had a bit of luck. Oh yeah, that was not meant for Ibrahim Kante. I'm not going to try and pretend it to be anything other than what it was. But he's on for a hat-trick now. And Plymouth are on for the championship. Yes! Possibly the biggest turnaround of the save. Morgan Whittaker this time runs onto it and, like the king, turns in from the tight angle. From 2-1 down to 4-2 up at the Etihad. Mr. Engraver, we start with the letter P. This is possibly win of the save. From 2-1 down, away against our closest threat to the title. With only one win in our last 8 in all competitions, and about to see the gap cut once again. How do we respond? How about scoring 3 without reply to get the biggest win of the season? 10-point gap, 4 games to go. We're 1 win away from the championship, and it's that man again to the rescue. So let's go get it done in our following game in Devon as well. Harwood Bellis will be out for the rest of the season like Barr and Hackney, but hopefully now the injuries shouldn't stop us from claiming that first ever championship, which we can do today at home park against Ruben Amorim's Manchester United. Having a really tough season this year, both in the game and in real life as well. But a win in this one will give us that Premier League title, and I don't want to delay it any longer. Let's get it done here with our 3rd straight win and make sure that Premier League title can be won at the final whistle. Come on, the Pilgrims. Yep, seems inevitable now. That championship is coming to home park, and I want to make sure it is done today as well. Matthias Tell looks to turn, offloads Malero across. But we're not doing it the easy way, are we? I mean, we are making hard work of this. Fantastic 2 wins in a row, but what a strike by Paul Vanner. Excellent young player, isn't he? And Manchester United lead. We don't do things easy here at Plymouth, do we? Oh, my word. Ah, easy, 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 easy. 2. I mean, he single-handedly knocked me out of the FA Cup with a hat-trick. He's now got the 2nd in what is going to be a return to losing ways. Yeah, I'll say it again. We don't do things the easy way, do we? Come on. But the funny thing is, we could still be champions with a loss in this game. Oh, Kante, what a touch. And finish. If Man City lose to Wolves, we still win the championship anyway. But I don't want to win the title with a loss. Come on. Anthony through the gap to Matthias Tell. And he's going to get another. He has. My word. He's brilliant, isn't he? There's a reason why Bayern fans want him to go out on loan. But they want to make sure he returns at some point. He's a tremendous young forward. And Spurs, we hope he can do that in real life for them as well. 3-1. Oh my, Kante going all the way, and it's going to be 3. No, it's not 3-2. What? And it was Bastoni that got the block, my arch nemesis. What a crazy game in what was supposed to be a party-like atmosphere. There's a great saying, which is that nothing in life worth having comes easy. I could not agree with that more. And the Premier League title is definitely in that category too. Because whilst we are probably going to win it, it's not going to be an easy win by any stretch of the imagination. Supposed to be the title-winning game, we're losing 4-1 at home. How on earth did we just beat Man City away at the Etihad from a trading position 4-2? What? Because based on this performance, we should have lost 7-0. This is embarrassing. As Fernandes slides through Kante in behind Bastoni. He's going to chip away at the goal deficit. Not that it really means anything, but goals galore. Where's the defence today? It's so hard to condense episodes sometimes, especially when the games are like this. Pure chaos, really, from the first whistle to last. But that is that, and I wonder if we're just going to see the... Yeah, I did suspect it, and that means that Man City must have failed to beat Wolves. They needed to win 4 straight anyway, so any slip-up, and that would confirm that we're champions. And we are champions with a loss. With only 2 wins in our last, I think, 8 games or so. Goodness gracious. Yeah, this is the very definition of stumbling over the line. But all that matters is we got there in the end. Premier League winners. Hang on, no we haven't. No we haven't. Man City must have won. They did. They won 3-2. They could still do it. It's a 7-point gap. It's not over. What? This is ridiculous. We've just lifted the title, but it's not even done yet. I mean, come on. It's surely in the bag, but mathematically it's not. It's still possible for Man City to win it.
That's all we have time for today. Thank you.
This is the most buggy game I've ever played. We've just lifted the silverware, even though it's not done yet. Well, it will be if we win the following game. We've got Newcastle at home. Unless my maths is horribly wrong, which sometimes it is, but I don't think it is in this case. Man City still need to win 3 straight, and all we need is 1 win, but it's not over. That's the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen. Why did we just lift the title? I'm very fair with EA, as I always say. I'll criticise them when they deserve it, and let's be honest, that is a lot of the time. But I'll also praise them when they deserve some praise as well, and when they've made some good changes to the game, and some good improvements too. Sometimes they deserve a bit of defence. There's no defending that. There is absolutely no defending that. We've just lifted the Premier League, but the Championship's not been won yet. There is no way you can defend Electronic Arts in that moment. Yeah, I mean, unless Man City have had a secret points deduction, which I don't know about, and the rest of the league don't even know about it. There's no excusing that. There's absolutely no defence for that. Oh dear. It's not the first time it's happened. Remember, look at the run by... Wow, he deserves a goal at the end of that. What a storming run. It's not the first time it's happened. I remember 10 years ago doing a player career mode, my player save, and we slipped up on the final day with Manchester United. We lifted the title, but it turns out we actually lost on the final day. We lost the title on the final day, I should say. So I want to say Chelsea. I can't remember who it was now. It was 10 years ago. But so yeah, we lifted the title, but we didn't win it. We didn't win it at all. But it's still inexcusable 10 years on. That was just arrogance, wasn't it, from Plymouth? Just arrogance, lifting the title before they'd even won it. No longer the plucky underdogs, but the villains, the bad guys. But this win does mathematically confirm it, and I know that for sure. 2 games to go, and even if Man City won, the gap will still be 7 points. So that is that. This is when we should be lifting the title, even though we've already done it. Plymouth Argyle now, mathematically, Premier League champions. What a bizarre end to the season. And so, as the season officially comes to the end, I simulated the last 2 games, and I know what you're thinking. Doxy boy simulating games? Is this a fake video? In the words of Chris Smooth, no, I just thought there's nothing to play for. Kante's already won the Golden Boots. Let's wrap the season up. We lost them back to back. Not that it really matters, because Plymouth did win the championship after all. A shocking end to the season as we stumbled over the line. But most important thing is that our name is on the trophy, and we have got it. First time in club history, Plymouth Argyle, Premier League winners as we complete the league and Carabao Cup double this season. It should have been much better, but whilst it was a bit of a tank towards the end of the season, I'm not going to say no to a domestic double. Man City 2nd with Liverpool in 3rd and Spurs in 4th this year. Arsenal 5th, Chelsea 6th and Newcastle 7th. Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest and Manchester United wrapped up the top 10, and as for the bottom 3 this year, Burnley, Leeds and Brentford. And once again, Kante snubbed for the player of the season, went to Erling Haaland, even though Kante had 9 more goals than the Norwegian, and he won the assist title as well. What a joke. How did Ibrahim not win the player of the season this year? I love the Plymouth 1, 2, 3, 4 though, as Zabala also won the Golden Glove too. Still, 2nd year in a row, he didn't win player of the season. Last year, ambiguous. This year, it's a clear snub. Yeah, I mean, last year, maybe player of the season could have been slightly debatable. This year, no debate. Just a clear snub. But anyway, Plymouth Carabao Cup winners, of course, and it was Arsenal beating Palace in an all-London affair for the FA Cup this year. As for the European competitions, West Ham Conference League winners for the 2nd time in club history, beating Valencia 3-1 in the final. And for those curious on what happened in the Europa League after we were knocked out, it was a Nice and Anderlecht final. Very interesting indeed, and the Belgian side ran out winners 1-0. Very interesting. Yeah, don't often see the Belgian teams win European competitions in in career mode say, so nice to see it there. And as for the Champions League, we'll be going into it next season, and the winners this year were Bayern Munich beating AC Milan 2-0 in the Champions League final. Can't wait to play it next season. As for the other leagues, I won't show as many this year, but Villa and Southampton are back in the Premier League in the playoffs. Everton, Ipswich, West Brom and Coventry in England's second tier this season. As for League One, Oxford and Huddersfield are top two. Playoffs, Charlton, Blackpool, Reading and Derby County in the third tier. And as for League Two, top three, Gillingham, Cambridge and Mansfield in the playoffs. Fleetwood, Cheltenham, Crawley and Bradford City. No league and titles in the past 2 years, but back on top this year. Paris Saint-Germain champions by 5 points. Bayern, Bundesliga winners, 3 clear of Borussia Dortmund this year in Germany's top tier. Inter, champions of the Serie A by 6 points. Juve second, Napoli third and Fiorentina fourth. Actually, no, I'll do them all as usual. Ajax, 4 clear of PSV to win the Eredivisie this season. Benfica, champions of Portugal, 8 points clear of Porto this season. Oh my goodness, and I'm glad I have decided to do the lot this year. Last season it was Hearts, this year it was Aberdeen! Aberdeen, 12 clear of Celtic. And again, I know it's the end of the first phase, you can't see the championship phase, but you've got to assume that whoever was on top won the whole thing. Second year in a row as Barcelona La Liga champions, that's incredible. The old firm dynasty dominance might well be coming to an end in Scotland. How cool is that? Turkish Super League, Galatasaray 2 clear of Trabzonspor to win the Turkish Super League this season. And as for the MLS, we'll end on this. It's Austin FC of Texas, 4 clear of New England Atalanta at this stage in the Major League Soccer. Fascinating stuff. And so the final thing we'll do to wrap up the season finale is one last look at the squad, where I'll be totally honest here, guys, completely. If we were to have won the undefeated league title this year, I would have ended the save there. It would have been the first time I'd ever done it in the Premier League, only my second ever time playing career mode. In the end, we lost 5 of our last 8 games, but because of that, I am going to play one more season. However, I think I might make it my last one. This is an incredible Plymouth team. And yes, okay, you could possibly add 1 or 2 more star pieces, but the young lads are now starting to hit their prime. We've got a couple of superstars in there as well. I'm going to make next season my last season of the career mode, and it'll be one last dance aiming to win back-to-back Premier League titles, going into the Champions League for the first time ever, aiming to win it in our first ever season. But I won't have another go. Even if we come up short next season, I won't play another season. No, I'm going to make season 8 my last one to say. By the way, Hincapie, guys, I've used a lot of career mode defenders this year. He might be the best. If you've not tried Hincapie this year, I know it'll cost you a bit of money at Leverkusen right now. He is amazing. Probably my favourite defender in career mode right now. But yeah, next season is going to be my last. It'll be one last dance in England, going for back-to-back Premier League titles, aiming for 3 Carabao Cups in 4 years, and our first ever FA Cup as well. But we'll also play one and only Champions League season, as we'll try and go for Europe's grand prize as well. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, man. Oftentimes I'll play until I win the CL, but no. I'm going to put the pressure on for next season. I'll make it my last ever season to save, because it's been an amazing save, man. It really has been. It's been so fun from the very first season all the way through to now. 7 seasons in, 3 major honours in the cabinet, all domestic, first ever Premier League title. It's been such a fun save. And again, I think the team now is at, I wouldn't say it's not its limit. I know that I can still get better, but I think I'm ready for just one more season. One more season, put the pressure on, go for back-to-back league titles, that first ever FA Cup, 3 Carabao Cups in 4 years, and again, most crucially, that Champions League. And with this guy leading our line, I think we've got a chance, no doubt about it. We won't be one of the favourites to win the CL. We'll be a dark horse, but I am looking forward to it. So guys, thank you so much for watching the season finale. If you've enjoyed it, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. 7 seasons in the books. We stumbled over the line, but our first ever Premier League Championship. And again, we'll return tomorrow with the start of season 8 for one last dance. Our final season of the save, aiming for a grand finale with Plymouth Argyle, looking to retain the title, the Carabao Cup, win the FA Cup, and win that Champions League too. I cannot wait, and the new season will start tomorrow morning as part of our usual quadruple upload weekend. Thank you guys, much love as always, and I'll see you for a brand new season, our 8th and final one of the save, very soon.